Hello and welcome to Besiege. We are in the Sandbox mode because I have realized something. I have already tried to record some videos. In fact, 2 videos I've already recorded, both of which were pretty crap. I went through the standard levels and I was shit at them and I didn't like it and I didn't like the videos. Didn't like the way the videos turned out, and for some reason my settings are not grand. Like, this thing should not be cut off. Hello? Okay, don't worry, that's not just you seeing the fact that this is cut off. That's actually that way for me too. I don't really understand. But okay, we'll just roll with it, okay? But just rest assured that knowledge that is not just you. I'll see if I can't fix it for next episode. But, as I was going to say, I went into Sandbox mode and I built a couple of machines because I think that is something that I can do. As you can see, I've already got a couple of machines. And these 3 ones are the ones that I want to show off. So why don't I start with the first one that I built, and I have built these all myself. Before you think that I took them off the workshop, no, I did build them myself. This is the first thing. I got the inspiration for this a couple of years ago, actually. I saw like a picture of a Mars rover, which had a design that there were 3 wheels on the ground, and they were all on axes. So the way I interpreted it, I built it with Legos a couple times. Yes, I do build with Legos. I still do it, in fact. I mean, I don't do it quite as often. But anyway, so I tried to build it in Besiege, and I think it worked out quite well. So these 2 front wheels are both independent, though for some reason they like to be close to each other. So I don't know. As you can see, this front wheel can, if I can get it correct, this front wheel can fall off. They do kind of tend to stick together, which, I mean, it is good, but yeah. These 2 wheels are, these 2 like wheel axes are independent of each other, and the 2 front wheels are independent from the back wheels. So the main feature that this thing has is, first of all, it's freaking awesome, right? Oh, wrong direction. You can also, well, I'll get on with the main feature soon, but you can flip the front wheels around. So for example, this I'm going forwards. You don't have to have this way, by the way, but I generally like to have my front wheels, these 2 wheels at the front. So you can flip them around with the keys 5 and 2 on the number pad, right? The rest of the controls are just normal arrow controlled. And then with 1 and 0 on the numpad, you can spin these 2s. And they do spin together, but sometimes they sort of get out of sync. Now this combines together to quite a great feature. I think some of my wheels may or may not have messed up a bit. What you can do is, if you can drive up to a ledge, you can make this a bit easier by pressing 2 or 5, whatever you want. And then you drive up to it, and then you find out which key you want to hold, which in my case is 0. And then you can drive up ledges, right? My turning is not really working that well. Let me just see if I can't fix that. There we go. Right. Other than that, I just really like the way it moves around, you know? Like the way that the front wheels, they sort of like hook up, and everything seems so smooth, you know? Whoopsies. And even if it falls down, it is quite easy to get back, to recover from a fall, right? So I'll probably set this up on the workshop if anybody wants to download it. I know a couple of YouTubers who do, like, they send in, you can send in your video, and then they You can send in your craft and then they review it there. So you'll probably be able to see it on some other YouTubers' channels, maybe, I don't know. I'll see if I can't get them to review it. It's quite cool. Oh shit. I forgot I wasn't in invincibility mode anymore. Alright, we should probably turn on invincibility mode. Drag objects, let's go. Shape machine invincible and infinite ammo. Right, so you can weaponize this, you can do whatever you want with it. But yeah, that was only the first design, so let's move on to the second one. And through the power of editing, whoosh, there we go. I call this the Evil Santa Sleigh. And let's start off. So what you need to do to start off is you need to be in infinite ammo and invincibility mode. You don't have to do that, but it makes it a whole lot cooler. You start off these things, right? And other than that, it's basically just a very normal hovercraft. Also, if you're wondering why it's lagging, that is not your computer, that is actually lagging. I need to go a bit slower. The computer isn't usually this slow, it's just that I'm currently processing a video in the background, which makes it a whole lot slower, but holy shit, that is really not working too well. Oh well, we're just gonna have to put up with it. So yeah, it's got these two rotors. If we turn off this thing, I found that these two rotors at the back, they kind of make it look like one of these, you know, the airboats from Half-Life 2. I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of those. Right, so other than that, it's just your run-of-the-mill hover machine. Jesus fuck, this really is struggling. Oh well. Right. And turns quite well. Oh shit. Yeah, it is also quite good at glitching the fuck out. Just admire the glitchiness. So yeah, I'm thinking, actually, in fact, let's just quickly test that theory. Now this might make it better or it might make it worse, but, and I don't mean in the fact that it might improve the glitchiness or it might decrease the glitchiness. If it improves the glitchiness, then it could make it better. Or if it doesn't, if it keeps the glitchiness, then it could just, it's all in the eye of the beholder, I think. I don't know if that's just a German saying. Because if it's less glitchy, then of course it works better, but if it's less glitchy, then of course it is less fun, you could think. So yeah, it does seem to have made it a bit better. Let's go to a bomb and let's blow ourselves the fuck up. Oopsies. Okay, so no, it does not make it better. It's also quite cool is the power is enough to lift it up. Just barely, I think. So it's, well, it might not be enough to lift it up, but it is enough to sort of bounce around. But yeah, so that's the glitch vehicle. You can leave the jewels on the front. But yeah, I quite like it actually. So whoosh, we are back. And this, in fact, let me just remove these because they don't work. That's just, I could show you later on what they were about, but for now let me just show you the version that actually works. So as if you might notice, it has a pin. Now pins were recently added, they keep a block stable. And we are next to the villagers. And for this to work, you have to be in drag objects mode, right? So we grab this villager here. We zoom out a little bit and we move our mouse around. Now a good thing with villages is, right, so if we unpin, I always think that you have to go here, but no. You unpin it with using P, and then you just drive around using the arrow keys. Now the good thing with villages is they cannot physically be turned upside down. So if you attach a villager to your craft, that instantly guarantees that your craft will remain stable. So we've got ourselves a little unicycle. Now the way it goes forwards and backwards is quite simple with this wheel. But what I have noticed is that if I try to add gyroscope to this thing to turn the whole craft using a gyroscope, which is very simple to produce. I might show you, if you don't know how to do it, I might show you in a like Besiege building episode. So I tried adding like a gyroscope to it, but the thing was it didn't work because the villager couldn't be turned that well. So what I did instead is I just, holy fuck, what the fuck was that? Oh well, doesn't matter. So that didn't work, so I just added a wheel to the bottom of this block, and then that wheel, the villager keeps this top block stable relatively, and then the wheel just turns the bottom wheel in itself. Right, so you just drive around with the arrow keys. It's quite cool if we go in full speed mode. Hang on. It's actually relatively fast. It is quite cool to sort of drift around. Fucking idiots. Really, really idiots. So this villager is just overlording the shit out of everything. So if we go here, he's just standing there with his arms raised. All hail your mighty overlord. Villagers have a really strange design. Looks like he's standing on spikes. Da da da. Right. Let's just break this house. And sometimes when the villager gets scared, when he wants to run away, he frantically starts spinning around. Because he's kind of running away, but he kind of isn't. Because he can't, because he's stuck. So he's trying to run away, so he's spinning around frantically. Which is really quite hilarious. Let's see if we can't make our way up there. Woohoo! And let's see if we can't. What's this? Oh yeah, this is a high gravity field. Which should actually make this thing a bit faster because it has a bit of a more thingamabobber to it. Here, I see. This actually makes it stand on its edge a bit. That's so cool. Hang on, does it usually stand on its edge? No, it doesn't. But alright, so I think I'm just gonna quickly check how far we're into the video. So we're not too far in. Let me just keep an eye on the time with my phone. So I think what we can do is we can do a building with Kirith sort of thing, where we build a vehicle. So that's something to keep in mind. In the comments of this video, tell me which vehicle you want me to build next. Alright? So let's just, for now, let's quickly try and come up with something that's creative. In fact, let's try and build like a helicopter, right? Because that's something that I've been wanting to build for quite some time. So let's go with motor wheels. Motor wheels. Let's build like a Chinook, like type of thing. I don't know. Are they called Chinooks? I think they're called Chinooks. Otherwise, it would be very awkward right now. So let's go with motor wheel here, here, and here, 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 and here, and you all go F, 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 and then let's add one more wheel. That will be the control for our steering. So if we go, I wish you could change the controls to have your mouse keys be the arrow keys, but the control is that's the move camera. I wish you could, there was some way to change it. Oh well. Right, oopsies. So let's have 1 and 0 be up and down, right? So 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 and 0, and then let's have 5 and 8 be backwards and forwards. So if we go, so that would increase this one and decrease, and that would, okay, so if we test it out, so we go 1, spins them really fast, 0, so that one spin that way and that one spin that way, and if we go 5 and 8, so if we go 1 and then we go 5 and then we go 8, okay, we might have to decrease the wheel speed on these ones for it to be a bit finer. 0.3. So we go 0.3, right? And then what we do is we go with a bit of a... Actually, I don't like that block. Let's just go with a ballast block. And then let's go with a U, a U, a U, and a U, 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 and U. And let's see which one. Okay. So you go that way, and you go that way. So hang on. You go that way, so that's cool. Then you need to be flipped. Right? Okay, that works. Let's see. So that kind of, yeah, that almost seems okay, right? So now what we have to do is we have to X and 6, and we have to add a block. And in fact, let's just have it be like so. It'd be a ballast block. Let's have you be a ballast block too. And then let's grab some braces. There. There we go. Add a couple more braces just to get everything solidified. Right. So now let's set machine on the ground. Let's try it out. It's going quite well. So what we need to do perhaps is increase the weight on the front. So let's go with Rover 2.0, and it's, yeah, that seems a bit better. Let's increase you a bit to, let's go with 1.0. Alright, that seems pretty decent. Go with 1.3. Okay. Let's reset. Let's go, let's try out this thing. Okay. So that so far is working all right. Should we perhaps have a bit of a, let's go with a barrier block. Let's build out a bit. Actually, no, let's just view. How far away is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. There we go, that should work. So let's brace you up. There we go. And let's get you connected to you. First of all, let's see how this... That does not help the weight at all, does it? Let's make you a bit heavier. That is actually almost working. That's so cool. So what I was planning on doing with this is going for a couple of these, so that we could have you be on this side and you be on this side. In fact, let me move my entire keyboard a bit to the side. Right, so let's go with a okay, so hang on. So we go with that, right? That makes that a bit more stable. So let's increase the weight on the front. Or maybe should we add something functional to the front? Something like perhaps some rudder steering. So like so. And let's lift you up a bit. Let's go, actually let's go with this. Oh fuck. So we could go with a boom and a boom. And then a so and a so. Right? You get me? So then these would have to be that, and these would have to be that and that, and then we would have to brace them up a bit. Like so. It is just looking like an absolute mess. So if we go so, okay, that is actually looking very, very good. So now we just need to adjust the mass of this to, let's go with 1. Oops, let's go with you with a 1. Let's go with that, okay. Let's go with 1.5 and a 1.5. Okay. So let's see actually. But would this work? Okay. So obviously it's not going that well, but if we could Oopsies. Let's retry that. In fact, let's move the entire machine out a bit. Let's move you to over here. There we go. Okay, so that clearly is not strong enough, so let's go with a bit of a... Let's go with a wheel speed of 1. Wheel speed of 1. Okay. We are doing better. Now we're making bacon. Let's go with that. Alright, so let's... Let's just go with a bit slower, so I actually have time to react. Okay. Let's see. Oh, balls, we are going way above time. Well, I'm going to cut out a bunch of this video anyways. So, I think I'm going to leave this video here with this semi-failed plan. But, yeah, if you liked this video and you would like to have more, then first of all, like the video and then subscribe. If you didn't like the video, then tell me why in the comments and then subscribe anyways, because logic, right? Also, don't forget to tell me what you want to see next. But until next time, have fun.